conference, I invite each of you to reflect on the role you play as librarians, as archivists, museum professionals, educators, and cultural advocates, also community leaders. What we do here this week will impact not just our institutions, but our children, our grandchildren, and generations that will inherit the legacy we protect today. Let us approach these 4 days with open minds, collaborative spirits, and a shared commitment to empowering Pacific communities through knowledge, heritage, and identity. With deep respect and gratitude, I officially welcome you to the 34th Annual 2025 Puyallup Conference. May our time together strengthen our connections, inspire our work, and reaffirm the importance of promoting access and indigeneity in our Pacific libraries, archives, and museums. Komul Tata, and best wishes for a meaningful and successful conference. Thank you all.
Komul Tata, Mr. Jeffrey. At this time, it is my honor to introduce our keynote speaker for this morning, whose leadership has been instrumental in shaping educational systems that protect knowledge, strengthen cultural identity, and expand access to learning here in the Marshall Islands. Please join me in welcoming the Honorable Minister Gerald Zacchias, Minister of Education, Sports, and Training, to deliver the keynote address for the 2025 Puyallup Conference.
Kaurigin Komorani Chamerilam, Kanchon Danamma, More, Imaginor, and a Manu Lebanon Kaju Kaju. Darajan Brigi, Darabla, Esther Sadavaya, Barabara, Chajar and Darapuri. Chairman of the House of Europe, Chairman Lani Kabua, members of the House, over traditional leaders of the Marshall Islands, in and outside of the Marshall Islands. Reverend Joseph Devo, thank you for your words of prayer. Her Excellency, President Hilda C. Heine, and First Gentleman Kitchener, Honorable Cabinet Ministers, the Honorable Speaker, Prince Wase,
Honorable Vice Speaker, Honorable President, Honorable Senator and Special Envoy, and your lady, Chief Justice Carlin, and members of the judiciary. Honorable Wendy Yellow,
President of Puyallup, Mrs. Orlinda C. Maputi, who I understand is arriving tonight, and the Puyallup Executive Board, Jeffrey LeBlanc, Treasurer, Puyallup, Aurelia Board of Trustees, members of civil society organizations, esteemed librarians, archivists, museum professionals, educators and colleagues from the Pacific region of Hawaii, New Zealand, Guam, Palau, Pohnpei, Chuk, Kusrai, CNMI, and our own Marshall Islands. Good morning, Komul Dada, and participants for coming to attend this important conference and gracing our shores. Good morning again. Yahweh to all. It is with humility and great privilege to be here today to welcome you to the 34th Annual Biala Conference here in Majuro. As librarians, archivists, museum professionals, I've learned a word today, a new word, on what the acronym Biala means. In Fijian, Biala means bigger cup. So I look forward to, as you engage today, in the amount of work, and especially in the indigenous work that you will all be sharing, that we fill a bigger cup together. Today, we stand together as stewards of knowledge, culture, and heritage. For more than 3 decades, the Pacific Islands Association of Libraries, Archives, and Museums has provided a space where our region's information professionals can learn, collaborate, and build a shared vision for the future. Born from conversations in Saipan in 1990, strengthened in Guam in 1991, and expanded ever since, Biala has grown into a network of more than 75 individuals, and I think more, and 35 institutions representing countries across the Pacific and beyond. Your collective dedication continues to ensure that our stories, histories, languages, and identities remain alive and accessible. This year's theme, Promoting Access and Indigeneity in Pacific Libraries, Archives, and Museums, speaks directly to the heart of our work in education. It challenges us to ensure that access to information is not only available but equitable, and that the content we preserve and share reflects the voices, knowledge systems, and cultural values of our indigenous communities. For the Ministry of Education, this theme is both timely and essential, rather critical. In our education system, libraries are not just buildings. They are learning centers, cultural anchors, and bridges beyond traditional knowledge and modern skills. From our schools to the College of the Marshall Islands, the University of the South Pacific, and other campuses we associate with, such as UOG, University of Hawaii, and many others, libraries play a vital role in supporting literacy, digital competency, research, and lifelong learning. They are foundational to achieving our national education goals. We recognize that a strong library system strengthens our entire education system. That is why the ministry continues to work closely with the Marshall Islands Library Association, Alele Museum, Public Library and National Archives, and our development partners to improve access to quality learning resources. By integrating library services into our curriculum and school operations, we ensure that students from early childhood through higher education have opportunities to explore, inquire, and grow, but more especially as it connects with our cultural values and strengths. But access alone is not enough. We must also ensure that our children, our communities, access reflects who we are, and indigeneity must be central to how we curate, teach, and preserve knowledge. Our stories, chants, navigation tradition, customary practices, and community history must sit beside global information, not beneath it. This is why the work of libraries, of archives, and museums is so deeply connected to our identity and the future of our education system. Let's take this knowledge, this information, to preserve our cultural property, values, and strength. The collaboration embodied by Biala between islands, cultures, institutions, and practitioners gives us that strength. It ensures we are not working in isolation, but as part of a broad Pacific-wide movement to safeguard heritage and expand opportunities for learning. I extend my appreciation to the leadership of President Erlinda C. Naputi, the board, the Marshall Islands Library Association, our government partners, the Nidijala of the Marshall Islands, thank you, Mr. Speaker and Mr. Vice Speaker, the Ministry of Culture and Internal Affairs, their Minister, Judge Casper Jr., the Alele, all our educational institutions, including PSS, CMI, and the University of South Pacific, for co-sponsoring this important gathering. Your partnership reflects our shared commitment to both knowledge preservation and educational achievement and growth. As we share ideas and innovations over the coming days, I encourage each of you to deepen your conversation, expand your networks, and continue building the systems that will preserve our culture, customs, and empower our students long into the future. Let this conference remind us that libraries, archives, and museums are not peripheral to education. They are central to it. They are engines of empowerment, guardians of identity, and pillars of an informed and resilient society, may I say, nation. Komol Dada, for your dedication, your vision, and your continued service to our communities and our children across the Pacific. I wish you all a protective, inspiring, and meaningful 34th Piala Conference. On that note, as you share knowledge in the issues before you on indigenous values, I ask you to visit, if you have time, to share amongst our community here in Madro, and perhaps pick a stick chart or a purse which associates itself to what you might be discussing or will be discussing. Again, Kumul Dada and Jarama.
Komor Tada, Honorable Minister, for an inspiring keynote address. At this time, I'd like to once again invite the USB Students Reading Club to present a special performance for all of us this morning. Come on. Father, USP Reading Club for a beautiful performance. As we come to the near end of our program this morning, I would like to once again invite Reverend Jordan Lego to offer a closing prayer.
Bless us, Lord, tonight. Sewa yang menceritakan menjaga perjuangan di dalam hidup, di dalam menjaga perjuangan, itu penting yang begini berpanggung jawab. Beri-berinya berkata, ada itu kayu mereka, mempersetuju, persetuju, dan ikan dalam selagi dekat ini dengan isi dalam mencuri pikiran akan presiden juga dengan dengan kita tidak pada keinginan dari kita berkata baik hari ini lalu berdoa
Mohon kanan. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now arrived at the end of our program. I am pleased to announce that the 34th Annual Conference for Piala is now officially open. Thank you all. Thank you all distinguished guests for joining us and gracing us with your presence this morning. Once again, I'd like to offer a warm welcome to all of our Piala delegates. And at this time, I'd like to invite all of us to help yourselves to some refreshments in the lounge area. Kumortana and